Good evening. Thank you for having me here. Sorry if I stutter and stuff. I've never done this before. Thank you so much for attending tonight's event. As Mrs. Fry said, my name is Cindy Cabell. I'm a senior, and I have two older sisters, Ashley and Alexis, both alumni. My parents undoubtedly have dedicated their whole lives to provide the best education for myself and my sisters. Originating from St. Barnabas, I am not sure I could have been further prepared for the challenges academically that I would face at Roncalli. However, no feat could have prepared me for the emotional experiences and struggles I would inevitably face in my 4 years of high school. When I was in kindergarten, 6 years old, my dad was diagnosed with brain cysts. At this time, with a 14, 9, and 6-year-old, my mom stayed at home while my dad worked every day, often up to 12 hours or so, to support our family. My father had to receive necessary brain surgery to remove the cysts from his brain. With weeks in the hospital and months of recovery, my family struggled to make ends meet. I remember we would get free groceries and toiletries and household products from the construction union that my dad was part of. And at school, I would tell them I brought my lunch so that they would not ask me for anything because I didn't have enough money for lunch, so I would just lie. I'm not the only one with a story and a struggle. I am one of the hundreds of students receiving financial assistance, and we are all just beyond grateful. I cannot thank you enough for your support to the Roncalli's financial aid program because there is no other place in the world I'd rather be than here at Roncalli. In my 4 years of Roncalli, I've been in ski club, dance team, walkathon. I went on the Spanish spring break trip to Spain. I'm in theater, A Promise to Keep, Thespian Society, and show choir. All of these activities are my true passions. Fortunately, I was able to participate in all these due to financial aid assistance. Above all these activities, though, is senior retreat. During my junior year, near the end, Mr. Strebe came into our classroom and gave us permission slips for senior retreat. While I was discussing the spiritual benefits and how great it was, I was only concerned with one aspect: the cost. It was almost $300. How could I ask my mom for this when we hadn't even paid our Roncalli tuition for the month yet? I remember that week, my parents didn't even have enough cash to fill up my tank in my car, so I couldn't ask it of them, and I knew I would have to miss out on one of the most fulfilling experiences for a young Catholic. However, Mr. Strebe then started addressing the cost, and he said, "If you want to go on retreat, you'll go on retreat. I've never turned anyone away who wanted to go who couldn't afford it. I've never denied someone that privilege." My mom contacted Mr. Strebe, and together they made a payment plan, and if we could not pay it in time of my retreat, that my financial aid would help pay the immediate cost of the room and board for the 3 days that we'd be gone. There were a few things I had to have when I went to Roncalli, but senior retreat was one of them. And I could not be happier to be scheduled for the third retreat, December 3rd through the 6th, just like both my sisters did. Although financial aid was a crucial element for all my hobbies, it has made me who I am today by allowing me to attend Roncalli. Roncalli, as you all have heard before, is not a building. It's not a conglomerate of people simply learning. It is a home. Roncalli is a lifestyle. Every day I go to school, and I choose to try to be better than the person I was yesterday. I, like any other high school student, have faced too many hardships in these past years. My first 3 years of high school showed me the most struggle with my faith and with loss. Katie Lynch, Zach Clegg, and Kyle Baker all passed away much too soon. Kyle, being a close friend of mine, was especially a hard hit. At other schools, I fear almost these deaths would go pretty much unnoticed by most of the student body. But at what other school could I go to a prayer service and mourn the loss of our friend? There is no greater place of true comfort and friendship than that at Roncalli. Although I do not wish these kind of pains on any person ever, if someone were to suffer a loss, I would want them here at Roncalli. It is a sanctuary from your problems and your fears, as it has been mine through all my struggles. Through the help of the guidance, social workers, our community of friends and support, and my faith. Being open about my faith is essential personally, and having liturgy with my friends at school is the most spiritual experience as a growing Catholic that I am. The Lean On Me experience, I'm sure most of you have seen at the end of our liturgies, cannot be analyzed or explained. It is simply unfathomable to someone not part of this family. I would not trade this for the world. No doubt Roncalli is the place to be, and thanks to your support to the financial aid, myself and hundreds of others can remain part of the family here at Roncalli. My father was recently confronted by a man. He asked him, with disbelief, why he would ever spend all the extra money for a Catholic school. And my dad, without hesitation, said, "You don't think about it. You just do it because you know it's worth it." That statement could not ring true in my opinion. To be a Roncalli rebel is to be successful, optimistic, friendly, and welcoming. I admire the fact that you were all invited here and attended this dinner with the knowledge that they are going to ask you for a lot of money. So thank you for that. And I hope you all can find a way to support the financial aid program to help the hundreds of us who need it. Without financial aid, I would not have begun my lifelong journey at Roncalli, or my second home. So again, I say thank you. Thank you to my amazing mom and dad who have given up the last 10 years of their lives and their sanities to allow myself and my sisters to go to Roncalli. You guys have made me the person I am today, and thank you to all of you who have supported and donated to the financial aid program. You helped my parents immensely, and for years you have lifted weights off their backs, and I cannot thank you enough for that. All of us financial aid recipients, thank you for your time, your donations, generosity, and kindness. Thank you.